Hi, my name is Isabel Kumwembe, and I am a leadership and social justice professional. Growing up, I was a very shy child, very anxious and nervous to be around people. I grew up with 3 brothers and 1 sister, and parents who worked their whole lives in leadership and social justice roles. One of the things my family inspired me to aspire for is always to pursue justice. So I knew that my whole life that I wanted to study law. Growing up, though, that didn't happen. I tried my best to get into law school, but life, as life had it, I ended up studying sociology and economics. I went to the University of Malawi, Chancellor College, and I fell in love with sociology and the science of society. What I really was passionate about was just addressing issues that I saw every single day. One of the main issues I saw in university was that the college was falling apart, and nobody was really doing much about it. So I thought that it was our responsibility as students to come together and also contribute to helping the institution to be preserved. So I started a group when I was in 4th year called Chango Project Rejuvenation, which was a student-driven initiative aimed at rehabilitating the institution. Within that year, we were able to rehabilitate 1 lecture room, lecture room B, and upon getting support from society, we got a big donation from Nico Life Insurance and were able to do lecture room A. The project went on for years and years because we weren't only trying to fix things, but we were trying to rehabilitate attitudes, encouraging the spirit of volunteerism and the spirit of uplifting your social responsibility. As time went by, I moved back home to Lilongwe, where I continued my leadership journey. I joined an organization called Global Health Corps, which is an organization, a fellowship program which supports young leaders to pursue social justice and issues to do with health injustice and general issues of injustice. This really groomed me as a young professional to understand what I can contribute to any issue that is happening to my society. After my fellowship, I joined Global Health Corps for 5 years as a staff member in Malawi, where I have overseen hundreds of fellows through the leadership program. Currently, I work with the Seagull Family Foundation, specifically the Social Impact Incubator, where we support social entrepreneurs and organizations to reach their full potential. My role is to just find opportunities for organizations to thrive and to address the unfair situation that exists between funding for organizations that don't have it. We believe at Seagull Family Foundation that organizations need to be supported, need to have unrestricted funds, and we believe that funding has been unfair for a long time, leaving out the grassroots and the small organizations, and that is what we are here to address. I also serve as the past president of the Rotaract Club of Lilongwe, where I support community service activities within Lilongwe, and I'm also a dual member with the Rotary Club of Lilongwe, Lingadzi. Most recently, I founded a football team called Amazon's Women's Football Club here in Lilongwe, and it's a football team aimed at encouraging women to play sports and really to enjoy the game of football. For many people ask us why we play a male-dominated sport, but we are young ladies who believe in challenging the status quo and saying that everybody can achieve anything. So that is a couple of things that I have done, and I say all this and just want to express that there's still a lot I have to do. There's still a lot of dreams that I have, but there are so many lessons that I have learned in doing all these things. So today I really want to share some of the lessons that I have learned through my leadership journey. First and foremost, I'm a Christian, so the first thing I'll say is I always aspire to Colossians 3 verse 23, which says, "In all things, do it as if you're doing it for the Lord and not unto man." Personally, I believe if you're going to do something, put in your whole heart, do it as best you can, and don't give up. If you don't want to do something with your full heart, it's better not to do it, but always aim to achieve excellence in everything that you do, and you'll get good results. Second, a lesson that my father taught me was tenacity, and that means the ability of continuing even when you want to quit. Life is hard, And a lot of people see the results and the success story at the end of the story, at the end of the journey, but they don't see how much you have suffered to achieve the results. So you have to remember that you have to push, you don't quit easily, and you have to work hard to achieve success. The third lesson I'd like to share with everybody is, if your dream doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. So often it's easy to copy ideas, to do things that we have been taught to do traditionally. But, it's time to break out of traditional barriers and dream big. Bring new ideas to the table and address those issues to, try to make our society a bit better. Another thing I'd like to just encourage girls, for a long time women have been seen as second citizens or lower citizens than men. But I want to encourage girls that, truly we can do pretty much everything that men can do. And so don't limit yourself mentally. Continue to try to be the best person that you can be. And my last piece of advice, I'd like to share something that I learned in leadership school at Global Health Corps. And this is a formula we learned about what you should do as a career. And it's a formula which says that when you put your head and your heart together, it will equate to your hustle. What does that mean? So I'm going to start with the head. With the head, there are certain skills that God gave us, certain things we are naturally able to do, certain ways we think because that's what our environment has taught us. So you are predisposed to certain elements and ideas from birth. And that is what your head is. Your heart means things you are passionate about, things that move you in society. What makes you angry? What makes you happy? What makes you excited? And you need to pay attention to those things. Now you have to put your head and your heart together and truly find what you are called to do. And when you put those things together, you get what is called the hustle, and that will guide you towards your career path, your career journey, and what you should fight for. So yeah, that's my piece of advice for today. Love to hear from anybody out there, and I wish everybody well. Thank you so much.